That's great. My fan is on and it is blowing my hair around. Hey, how are you? Hello, hello. Hello. I've been asked when I was going live again a couple times in the past couple days, and I was like, I forgot I go live. I forgot. So I'm just sitting here chilling. So I was like, well, I'll go live for a little bit. I'm trying to catch up on some different movies and whatnot because there's some movies coming out shortly that I want to see. There's the new Conjuring, and so I have to watch the last Conjuring because I don't remember if I've seen it or not. And then I was rewatching the Annabelles, and it's amazing how Annabelle Creation is completely different from Annabelle. But I read how they could technically go together, even though basically Creation nullified Annabelle if you watch them in order. So I want to watch that. I just bought The Strangers Chapter 1 because Strangers Chapter 2 is coming up. So I gotta watch that. So I'm in season 6 of Dawson's Creek finally. I don't remember anything in season 6, so that'll be great. I'm gonna be finishing that soon, and then I found a whole bunch of new series that I want to watch. I think I'm gonna start 911. I've been wanting to for a while, and there's 8 seasons, so to kind of be worth it. And so I'm watching. I got the one Annabelle movie done. I'm gonna watch the other 2. Watch the other Conjuring. Watch Strangers Chapter 1. We're supposed to go see Fantastic Four this weekend, but it's gonna depend on whether we aren't going to be able to mow the lawn for a couple reasons. Number one, it's going to probably rain. But number two, somebody has to work on my lawnmower. So I'm waiting to see when they can work on the lawnmower. And then, and we're going to kind of really clean out his saltwater tank because it really needs some attention. So, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, that one's on my list. The Mean Girl one, yep. That's on my list. Oh, yeah, you showed up from your concert. I appreciate you. She's at a concert. She's like, I'm at a concert. I'm like, I forgot. Have fun at your concert. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that Mean Girl one. There's a couple different ones I found. I want to watch the Ultimatum. I watched Ultimatum Queer Love both seasons. And so now I gotta watch, I think it's just like the regular Ultimatum. And I might watch Love is Blind, I'm not sure. But I found a couple different true crime shows I think I'm gonna watch. So I got a lot of things that I'm doing there, and I got my big hermit crab tank going. It's doing well. So is my other crab tank. But we're gonna give his salt water a good cleaning because there was an algae bloom. So we're gonna get that cleaned out hopefully Sunday. It's hard because with him, you know, when he was working at the other place for that month, he had too much time on his hands. And now that he's back on the account that he was on at the other 2 jobs, we're back to having, you know, 1 day off, cramming everything into that 1 day while he, you know, maxes out his 70 hours every week. So, hey, Marie, how are you? Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Hey, so, but, you know, we're making more money than we pretty much ever have, which is nice. But it's like the gods heard that. And so, like right now, I have a couple of issues that I'm dealing with. We have to get his a flash shield put on his car. That's going to cost $75 with labor. Not a big deal. Okay, cool. So we got that figured out. The lawnmower needs to be fixed, which if the guy does it, I'm thinking it's going to cost like about $100. More money, more problems. So he's going to fix the fuel line and put some screws in it. I got the throttle put on. And let me tell you that story. So I go to put my piece of junk lawnmower that blew up online for $100 so somebody could come piece it out or whatever they want to do. I just need to get it off my lawn. So this guy shows up, and I told him he could have it for $100. And I was like, do you know how to put a throttle on? And he was like, yeah. He was here for 2.5 hours doing a bunch of work on my lawnmower for free. And then he told me that he would come back and fix the fuel line and put some bolts in it and whatnot and clean this one part, and which obviously I'm going to pay him for. So I gave him the mower for free. And so I'm waiting for that to get done with the lawnmower. And so I'm waiting for him. I'm kind of doing, like, I could take the mower to him, but it's going to be a lot harder to have to drive, put a mower up on the trailer, drive it, a little ways over. So I'm waiting for him to come here. So everybody cross your fingers that he comes, because that would be great. Freddie. It's Freddie's glove. So yeah, he came and just, he was taking parts off the old mower to put on the new mower. We got a 0 turn, and I think I got a little scammed. I think I paid too much for it. But as it stands right now, I think just the fuel line's leaking a little bit. We got the throttle replaced. If we get the fuel line fixed, I feel like it should be good. I also got a fuel filter. So let's just cross our fingers that the guy actually fixes it. That's cool. That's awesome, Audra. So, that's for the lawnmower. And then my air conditioning unit in my room. So the other day I'm sleeping and I start smelling something weird, but I'm half asleep, and I'm like, I have this thing that I always imagine that I'm smelling antifreeze. I smell it in the car. He can't vape anything maple around me. If we're driving and I start to smell anything that is remotely maple syrup flavored, I start freaking out that somebody has an antifreeze leak. And I have been like this since I had something happen to my car 20 years ago. So I'm sitting here and I'm sleeping and I smell antifreeze. Whatever, I'm going nuts. I go back to sleep. About 2 hours later, it's like overwhelming. And I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, I'm not near a car. What would be antifreeze? It doesn't even make sense. And then I get up and, hey, Missy. And I get up and I go over to my air conditioning unit in my window, and it's coming from my air conditioning unit. And it has been blowing this antifreeze into my room for at least 3 hours. At least, that I know of. And so I obviously could not use it for the past it's been about 2 days since that happened. And so of course it's, in the 90s. Okay, so it's in the 90s, and I don't have an air conditioner in here. So it was a little sketchy for 2 days. It wasn't so bad at night. It was worse during the day, but that's when I sleep, because I stay up midnights now with him being at work at midnights. So I stay up on midnights. So I sleep during the day, and it got pretty hot in here for those 2 days. I just got it put in earlier today, so I have a new air conditioning in here. So that's a plus. In the meantime, following the whole slew of disasters, I'm on to my next one. So I'd gotten my actual central air AC unit, the filters cleaned, a leak fixed, Freon put in it, whole nine, about a month and a half ago. And it's been acting up a little weird. So I have an appointment Monday. No, August 4th. I have an appointment August 4th for them to come, and they're going to check the Freon levels. If the Freon levels are good, it's only going to cost me the $70 to get it checked. If the Freon levels are not good and I still have a leak, on top of the $260 I put into it last time, I'm going to have a $70 call out fee. Then I'm going to have to put a $170 stop leak into it. And then if that doesn't work, I have to pay $65 an hour to find the leak, but the stop leak has UV dye in it, so it would go a lot quicker. And then I would have to fix wherever the leak is. So I've already put $260 into my 4-year-old central air system. And I'm going to be putting anywhere between $70 and like $500 into it again, probably. So my window AC went out, had to go buy a new one, had to get it off of Amazon because nobody in town had an air conditioner. Walmart doesn't sell air conditioners anymore. Lowe's had air conditioners, but they were all $700 and way too big for my room. So mine went out. And then now, for the past 2 days, my air conditioner's been being okay, my AC. And I don't know if it's just acting up because it's hot, so it's going up a couple degrees. Because it only seems to act up when it's really hot, which I know a lot of people have that issue. I even called the company to ask them, and they're like, well, yeah, you know, it can run a couple degrees hot. And I'm like, okay, well, then maybe it's normal. But I'd rather have them come check it, because if there is a Freon leak, it's $65 a pound. And last time I needed 4 pounds put in my 10-pound unit. So I would rather catch it before the Freon is going crazy if there is a leak. So now so let's see. So we had the car. That's going to be $75. Not a big deal. We had the air conditioning unit I had to replace, which was $170. Not that big of a deal. I have my AC unit, which I'm looking at a minimum of $70 up to hundreds of dollars. I'm not sure what. Then I have a sound in my wall again, which, if you guys know, I live out in the country. I do get mice on occasion in the winter, and I'd heard this noise in my wall during the winter, and it went away. I figured it was just some mice trying to get out of the snow or whatever. And we didn't have his brakes looked at. Mine either. I'm worried about brakes in both of our cars. I'm going to have him look at my brakes in a little bit. And I got to get an oil change. That's another $60. I gotta get an oil change. So I start hearing the noise in my wall again. It's summer. There is zero reason for this noise. So I have somebody that's going to come out and see where something could be getting into my wall and hopefully get whatever it is out of my wall. And I can't even imagine how much that's going to be, because I don't know what it is. I just know that I keep hearing a noise and I don't like it. So as it stands right now, we have, to run down the list, the $75 car, the $170 air conditioner, the at least minimum 70 AC unit, if not a couple hundred, the $100 to fix the lawnmower, and whatever the hell it would cost for this fucking wall, which I can only imagine is going to be at least $500. So yes, it's great that we're making more money, but I basically found out all of that shit in one day. Like, I knew about the car, but like my air conditioner went out while the other one was acting up. The guy came to get the lawnmower that I ended up giving him, and finding out that more shit was wrong with the lawnmower on the same day that the AC went out. And then the thing in the wall started happening a couple days ago. So like, this is all just like boom, 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 boom. But as it stands right now, I feel okay, because I don't know how much some of it's going to be, and I might get out easy on some of it. Like, I got out easy on the car. I just spent $1,000 getting my back door replaced. So, hold on. Do you was like behind, so I'm going to get back to YouTube. So I ended up spending $1,000 getting my door replaced, and the knob still acts up, because originally my back door has been jacked up for years, and I went to get a back door, and the handle just completely broke. So I called a guy, and they came and emergency put on a new knob, which was $100 to get a new knob, plus the cost of the knob. So it was like $125 to put a new doorknob on. And then like 4 days later, I spent $1,000 getting a new door. And that knob, which is the same knob as the one that I had replaced, is acting up a little bit. It's touchy. Sometimes it wants to open, sometimes it doesn't, which is fairly terrifying. But that was another, you know, huge thing out of pocket. And then on top of the door, when my lawnmower blew up, I had to buy a new mower. So that was, you know, $1,500. And then to find out that the mower I just spent $1,500 on is now going to need more work on it. Like, can we stop this ride? I want to get off, basically. But I'm super grateful right now because everything's been weirdly working out. Like, I had to buy a new lawnmower, but I was going to buy one brand new for like $28, and I ended up getting a used one for $15. That worked out. The car, which I thought was going to be a couple $100, is going to be $75. That worked out. The door was supposed to be cheaper, but then it turns out it was going to be a lot more, so I guess I got a pretty good deal on the door. The AC blowing, well, that blew, but I mean, I could have had to pay more for an AC unit, so I mean, I guess I did pretty good there. $170 ain't bad for a window unit. So the only thing that I'm hoping that I can get a break on is that my AC, my central air AC, isn't leaking and I'm just losing my mind and I'm only going to be out the $70 for them to check. That would be great. That would be like gold standard. And then my biggest worry is the wall, because I don't know what to do with the wall. It was doing it in winter and then it went away and now it's back and it's driving me crazy, and that is my biggest thing right now. Well, that, and if the air is fucked up, because I mean that could be $1,500. I don't even know, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping it'll all work out. Hey, Miss. Audra, it you know, shit happens. You know, you have a good long stretch of good luck for a while, and then you have a stretch of bad luck. So I'm in the bad luck, but I'm feeling okay. You know, we're blessed at the fact that when he went back to his account at the third employer, it ended up paying really good. Now, for a minute, we were going to be a little screwed because they hired him in to do a particular run, the run that he used to do. And it'd been about 3 weeks, and they decided that they weren't going to do that run. So he had to pick a different run. Well, they were going to pay the one run that and we ended up getting paid for it for the 1 week that he did it, $30 less per day. So that sucked. But he ended up getting on another version of the load that he was going to do at the same price he was hired in at. So I feel like we were super blessed with that because, you know, now I've been able to pay for these dramatic bullshit things, and it's not killed us. It's cut into our savings significantly, but I feel blessed that we're able to fix the things that are happening right now, because just one of those items could have before just screwed us completely. I mean, just the lawnmower going out could have screwed us completely. The door going out would have screwed us completely. The air conditioner, I mean, any of it. Just the window air conditioner would have screwed us completely. So I'm just thankful that so far everything's been able to be taken care of. Like I said, I'm super concerned about the AC unit and the wall currently, but I'm just crossing my fingers that even if one of them ends up not that bad, that would be like super great. I think I'm gonna have him look at my brakes soon. I feel like he put on a set of brakes last year, and either front or the back, and then whatever one it was done the year before, and I feel like that set might need to be replaced, but I'm not sure. I just feel like it's not stopping quite the way I want it to. So I'm going to have him look at my brakes. My husband says his brakes are fine. I've never driven his car, so I have no idea if they are or they aren't. So, Let's see. Me and Fancy do no longer talk. That's cool, Audra. Yeah, no, Fancy got mad because when the whole, billboard thing happened, I put out a video and I went on a live and I said my thoughts on it. Had no idea that she was involved in it. I didn't know who. All I knew was the people that I saw talking about it in the live, and I went live talking about my feelings on it because I'm allowed to have the, you know, my own thoughts. And I got sent a clip of her going on to her YouTube calling me a "see you next Tuesday," reaming me out, and then she blocked me. And I only found out she blocked me because when I went to block her, I couldn't find her. I'm not, you know, if I can't have a difference of opinion, I don't need you around anyway. Nobody's gonna tell me what I can say, what I can think, what I can feel. And if you're gonna try to control me like that, get the fuck out of my life. And like I said, the only reason that I knew that she had blocked me was when I went to take her off of stuff, she was no longer there. So I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and you can either deal with it or not. And if you're not gonna deal with it, then I'm not gonna deal with you. You know what I mean? So I'm not stressing. You know. I have the clip of it that somebody sent me, and she's like, have you seen a minute 7? And I was like, there's nothing there at an hour 7. She's like, a minute 7. And I'm like, okay. So I go look at, and I just hear, fucking Ryan, that cunt. And I'm like, I started laughing. I was like, whoops. Oh, well, whatever. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. You know, the gypsy billboard shit was stupid. And, hello, Northern Japan. The gypsy billboards shit was stupid. It was taking away money from businesses. Using her kid was ridiculous. Putting on crime scene photos and saying justice for Dee Dee was a little much. Putting justice for Dee Dee and Nick, or talking about it. You can't say justice for the victim and justice for the killer in the same sentence. That's just weird. Comes out that the family was not for the billboards because I was on a panel with people that was in the family that did not want the billboards. And so I had to say my piece on it. And I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And if you don't like it, that's not my problem. So it is what it is. Yeah, you tell me not to do stuff all the time and I still do it. But now I have beautiful parakeets and a crab and hermit crabs. So you didn't know I had my hermit crabs. I have more hermit crabs. I got a tank of saltwater hermit crabs now. After I got my crab that I told you about, my big crab, my big crab, I have a tank of giant hermit crabs now. I did tell you about it. I sent you the picture of somebody holding a giant hermit crab. I have 3 of them. So yeah, you always tell me not to do something and I always do it anyways. But you also don't call me names and make me feel like shit. And, you know, like, here's my thing. Like, she could have disagreed with me. Like, I'm okay with that. She could have disagreed with me. I disagreed with her. I didn't know she was involved. There was another creator that was live about it at the moment. And I didn't even know she was involved in it to the extent, apparently. To this day, I don't know her exact involvement, but I know she backs it. And I had no idea she was involved with it. And matter of fact, when people were asking me who it was, I wasn't even saying who it was because, you know, I'm like, look, I have my opinion on this, but I'm not going to call people out or, and I'm just going to say my feelings on this, and I don't have to drag people under a bus to do it. But I had no idea she was involved in it, and she could have had her difference of opinion with me. That would have been fine. But to go the route that she did, call me names, do it in front of her, live, on live, when she couldn't even, talk to me about it, because I didn't know she was involved. Or at the very least, not call me names on her live. Just because I dared disagree. That's kind of where I was like, That's a little much for me. Like, you can disagree with me and be like, oh my God, you know, whatever. But to sit there and call me names and say shit, I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm done. You're not going to tell me what I can say. So, no big loss there. We didn't talk a lot for the past couple months anyways. Like, we kept in touch, but we weren't like we, you know, like we were or anything. And so, like, I'm not losing sleep over it. I don't wish her ill will, or I'm not going to sit here and trash talk her or anything. I can say that what she did was frustrating, because it was, but I'm not going to trash talk her or whatever. I'm not going to get back in that like it was before. I'm just going to state the what it was, which is, you didn't need to call me names on live in front of your live, because you disagreed with me, and put me down for my thoughts. And I would say that for anybody that did it. So, I mean, it is what it is. Actually, no, magnets don't work on my earrings. How do I know? When I went into I had a court hearing for nothing crazy. I can't remember what it was. Name change, maybe? I had them wand my face. I did. I wanted to know. So I had them wand my face, and it didn't go off. Because people are always like, you fell into a tackle box. Like I've not heard. Be original. For love of God, be original. People are like, oh my God, you fell into a tackle box. Oh my God, you set off alarms. I was like, I'm going to see if I set off alarms. So I had them wand my face, and it doesn't work. Learn something new every day. Oh, so you guys know how I went on my last live. You guys didn't see my last live. I tried out a bunch of stuff that I'd gotten on TikTok, or found on TikTok and bought on Amazon, or went on TikTok and bought on TikTok. I showed you guys a hair straightener, a split end trimmer, the peel shot that takes the skin off your face that you have to rub in really hard. Stupid fuck. And I have a new one for y'all. This. Purple does lymphatic drainage, and you go like this, and it buzzes. You can hear it buzzing, and you pull it down on your lymphatic stuff. And I don't know if you can tell. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I can by feeling it. This right here, right through here, was a lot puffier to feel. It's tightened up a lot to feel it. Not to say I still don't have a double chin, or like right here. I haven't put it on right here, but right here has tightened up a lot. And it started doing that within a day or two. It feels completely different right here. Now, I should probably use it more down here, but it really, and this was like $12 on TikTok Shop. I have some foaming sugar scrub that just got sent out. I got 2 jars because I love foaming sugar scrub, and it's hard. I have some that I got from Five Below, and water got into it. I was so pissed, but I still have 1 jar left that water didn't get into. I set it in my shower and it got water in it. But I love like the foaming exfoliators and stuff like that. So I went on TikTok, and they had foaming salt sugar scrub. So I ordered 2 of them, and they just got shipped out. So I have that coming. So I'll let you guys know how that works. So trying to think of what else. I got my birds more crap. I got them a slow feeder mat to put underneath their food, because they keep dropping all their food, and their cage is just got a ton of food, especially when I give them treat sticks. because my parakeets are spoiled as shit. My pigeons would be, but they just want to sit in the cage and like just honk. They don't do anything. And they have toys. I give them expensive treats. Like, they're not fun. They just sit. But my parakeets, they use all their toys. I've had to replace 3 of their toys because they've literally destroyed them playing with them. And I got them a radio that I say a phrase into it, and it repeats because I'm trying to get them to learn how to talk. Except I think they're all girls, so maybe have a problem. But I got them. I give them treat sticks, and a lot of times it falls through the grates, and they don't get to enjoy like half the treat sticks. So I got a slow feeder mat that's coming. I got rechargeable batteries for the little radio because they run out of batteries pretty quick. Because it goes on every 15 minutes, and it repeats the phrase 10 times every 15 minutes, which will scare the crap out of you, by the way, because you forget that it's on. And then you're just sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear yourself talking in the other room. So it trips us out every time. And then I didn't end up getting them that extra toy. They love their hanging basket. They're on their second hanging basket. And I had to replace one of their wall mats. They love their wall mats. They're like a foraging. They have paper. They have all this stuff that they can pull on and play with. And I had to replace one of those. They're waiting until it gets a little worse. I just bought 2 different bags of food and made up 10 pounds of parakeet food yesterday. So I have all their treats down there, and I have I would say probably 12 or 14 pounds of food that I have all made up. So I won't have to get food for a little while, which is good. The pigeons, they get I had bought this this blend of I had bought 2 different blends. One was peanuts and dried fruit, and one was like dried vegetables. And it's too big for the parakeets. I tried to give them some, but the pigeons eat it, so I give it to the pigeons. Oh, the baby's doing good. The baby's doing good. So they got the expensive treats there, and then they also get oat groats and grit that smells like licorice. They love that. So they get, good treats and whatnot, but they don't really play with their toys. They don't play with their toys at all. They are not interested in their toys at all. The parakeets are constantly, they have 2 different swings, 2 different wall mats, their basket, a rope mirror, and a basketball hoop that they stand on top of to play with their basket. And they play with all of it. They play with every single toy. Oh, and their popsicle toy. They play with all of it. So they apparently need a lot of stimulation. But I have their little box where I've been trying to teach them how to talk. They just yell a lot. They like to scream sometimes. They like to listen to music. Which I haven't played a lot of music for them lately, but I need to plug my stereo back in. It's unplugged. I took Buddy to Tractor Supply today. He's never really been out. The only time he was ever really out was when I got him fixed last year, and I took him to the park afterwards in Sissy's carrier. He's never really been out or on a leash or anything like that. So I took him to Tractor Supply today, and I found a little harness, and it was the only harness in the entire store that fit him, and they had to help me put it on him because it's a little weird. And I got him a leash to go with it that I'm going to keep in the car, because Finnick wears a harness too, and that way I can take either one of them. So I took him to the park, and I set him on the ground, and he did not comprehend how to walk on a leash. Like, he had no idea. And so we kind of wandered around a little bit, and I kind of pulled him a little bit, and kind of sat down at a bench and let him walk around, and we ended up walking the park. Not a whole lot of it. I didn't want to walk him. It was his first walk. He's been running around my yard since he's been a baby, but he's never been on a leash, on an actual walk, on pavement. So I gave him the opportunity to walk in the grass in case the pavement was too hot, but he liked the pavement. I think he was scared of the drainage pipe. There was a drainage pipe that scared the hell out of him for some reason. I don't know why. But he did actually doing really well. He does really good in the car. So he's wearing his little harness right now. Hi. How are you? So he likes to carry his food in his mouth and slowly eat it after you try to steal it from him. Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Uh-huh. You wanna come here? You wanna come here? Hey, no, I'm sleeping. You wanna come here? I'm sleeping. So he got to go on a little adventure today. I've taken Finnick to the park before in his old harness. My husband did take him out in the car somewhere, and he did really good in the car. So I'm going to keep that leash. It's a nice braided, thick leash. I'm going to keep that in the car for Buddy and Finnick. And then Sissy, she goes in her stroller. But I wanted to take Buddy out today, and so he got to go out. Sissy went out earlier today. I took her to the vet to get her anal glands done. I do that about every 3-4 weeks now. I used to be able to get away with doing it every couple months, but I've been doing it about every 3 to 6 weeks. And I took her out today, and also ran to the pharmacy. And so I stopped and got it was free fry Friday. Well, not free. I had to spend $1. So I got a cheeseburger and got a medium fry. And we split the fry. So she was happy. She's laying in her bed. Hey, Bud. Bud. Say, please get this thing off of me. It's so weird. It's like a life raft. Oh, poor thing. But that was the extent of my oh yeah, my dogs love fries. They love fries. If I have fries left over, sometimes I just take them, throw them up in the air, and whoever gets them type deal. I always make sure to hold some back for Sissy because she's not about to fight all the dogs to get some. So I usually like throw them up in the air and oh, hold on. How did you do that? How did you do? No, this is not how this works. There, that's how that works. He got his little harness. His little leg was stuck on the wrong side of the harness. And he was stuck like this, and I had to fix his little leg. I don't like that harness, but I was scared to buy one on Amazon because when I bought Finnick his, I had to buy one that was smaller, and I didn't want to deal with that. So I took him to Tractor Supply, and the only one they had is that one, which I'm not super thrilled with, but it fits him, thank God, because it would have been bad if he got out at the park. The leash kind of matches his. It doesn't match Finnick's. Finnick's is red and black. You can't hear a cat of meowing constantly? What? But yeah, they love fries. That's a thing. Although dogs are really nice. They're kind of like little garbage disposals on legs. Like if you have extra rice, you can just kind of throw it on the ground and they'll eat it. That way, yeah, sometimes you just have like, leftover rice or something and dog friendly, and you just kind of let them eat it because it's good for them. Why not? My dogs have steel stomachs. Oh, tonight the little dogs all got a treat. Those little packets of wet food, the little circular packets of wet food. They all got beef dinner with carrots and whatever. It was like the little bougie ones. All little dogs got one of those tonight. The big dogs, that'd be like one bite of food for them, so they just got their normal kibble. But the little dogs, they all got a treat today. Sissy gets it a lot because with her butt being the way it is, she needs wet food sometimes, but the other little dogs don't get it really. So I bought one for everybody today when I got the groceries. So they were all happy. Pepper couldn't figure out how to get all of her food out of the. What I should have done was opened up the packet and put them all on plates instead of leaving it in the container. Sissy eats it out of the container, so I didn't think nothing about it. She gets all of it out, no problem. Well, they don't eat those out of containers, and Pepper couldn't figure it out. So I picked hers up and I went and put it on a plate for her, which then she snagged it up in like 2 seconds. But I should have put it on plates because they were just kind of pushing their food everywhere. Sissy pushes hers everywhere, but she always gets everything out of it. Everybody else got their everybody else got their food out but Pepper. And then she kept running away from it because then Finnick wanted her food. And then I would try to get her to come here, and then Finnick would try to take it. So I brought her out of the room, put it on a plate, and let her eat it out in the kitchen real quick. Kept Riley and Sydney away from her so that she could do that. I don't know. That was my big catch up from the last time I talked to you guys, was everything just kind of blowing up, but at the same time not blowing up. Like things are not great, but they could be a whole lot worse type deal. So I'm happy, you know, like things are bad, but they're okay so far. I just don't know about the two things. The two things can be freaked out, but I'm hoping that they're okay. My air, since I made the appointment, of course, has been working fine. Today it should have. Now, I will say this, on days where it's hot, I have to leave it up higher, but then it doesn't really run that hard. I tried to trick it and I put it down on 73, and it was really hot outside, and it ended up going to like 77 or 78. And then I put it on 77, and I think it went to 79, and that was it. But unless it's that like 4 or 5 hour stretch of heat, it's acting fine. So I think it's just the fact that it's not keeping up with the temperature, and I'm hoping that it's fine, but I'm not going to know till I have somebody come and check it. What are you doing? Yeah, my room, I have it right now. I have it going on low fan. This one you can move the vent back and forth, which is nice. So I have it kind of aimed at me, and I have a really good oscillating fan. That thing blows out really good. So I have that, and it feels really nice in here. After I get off live, I'm going to probably watch Annabelle and then watch some Dawson's. This is like 11 o'clock. That's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon to me. I usually go to bed 8 o'clock, between 8 and 10 in the morning. Sometimes I take a nap somewhere in the 8 to 12 area. Sometimes I'll take a nap. Like sometimes I'll be napping right now. Not super often, maybe a couple times a week, but I'm good right now. Yesterday, was it yesterday? I remember the other day, I laid down at 7:30 to 12:30 because I hadn't gotten a whole lot of sleep. I think it was from how warm it was in here. Right? Yeah, I heard about that. Um, there's been bad things everywhere she's went, dude. That dude died. Her handler dude died, and a plantation burned down in the south, and 911 went out, and she's coming to Louisville. And I think in September she's coming to Louisville. That's fun. That's up in Fancy's neck of the woods. I'm 2.5 hours away from that, so I'm not stressing too much. We don't have health insurance and eye insurance and teeth insurance until September 1st. It was a 3. So we lost it in April. And it was like 60 days before we were going to get it at the job that was not truthful. And we were about 6 weeks in, and he's changed jobs. So we haven't had like eye insurance and health insurance and everything since April 21st. And we're not supposed to have it to now. This one holds at 3 months until September 1st. And so I'm contemplating, because I know what our vision insurance is going to be, because I'm the one who did all the paperwork, and it's going to be the same that we had before, essentially. It's going to cost me $130 for approximately $130, and then the price of the anti-glare for the exam, the frames, the lenses. It's like $130 copay, essentially. Or it ends up being about $130, and then plus the price of the anti-glare. I'm thinking about driving to Knoxville and going to America's Best and getting 2 pair for $89, and then the anti-glare's $88 for 2 pair. So it'd be like $170, and I'd get 2 pairs that have anti-glare on them. You think my internet's about to be stupid? Why? Oh, Jesus, Sierra, that's funny. No, it's only 11. Why would it be bad? Yes. So he started. Well, mine's were. I don't know. Is my internet going bad? Please tell me it's not. I'm so tired of my internet going wonky. It's not midnight, so I'm hoping it isn't mine. My husband likes the car. He did have another job. He got one at the end of April, and they told us we were going to be making about a $15,000 pay cut, and that was going to be hard. And then we found out it was going to be more like a $20-some thousand pay cut, and that was going to be impossible. So he went to the company that had gotten the account to begin with. Of course. It's about that time. So he ended up going to the company that got the account when his company went belly up. So this is the 3rd job he's been at with this particular account. He's had the same account for 14 years or 3 different jobs, and that's the 2nd job was the one we moved down here for. Yeah, it's a little early. It's only 11, so that's irritating. But yeah, we knew that we were going to make about a $10,000, well, between a $5,000 and $10,000 pay cut. We knew that. We've done that before. It was going to be hard, but it was going to be livable. And we started getting the paychecks, and my husband's like, what the hell's going on? He's like, we're supposed to be making this amount of money. He's like, and I'm making not even close. And they're like, oh yeah, we just put that for all of the jobs, and that's more of the national rate. You're never going to make that here. Are you so kidding me right now? Like, for instance, when he went training at the first place, he was there for 5 days, and we got like $600. We were supposed to get reimbursed, but for gas and whatnot. But it was weird how they did it, so we didn't get reimbursed. And it was like $580 for 5 days. When he went to this company, he was there 2 days, and we got paid $600. So, which part of that was reimbursement for gas mileage, etc. But the point is, we were there for a third to half of the time, and we got paid the same amount. So that's the difference, I guess. I mean, from one job to the next, we're literally getting paid like $500 more a week. Literally. Or more. Bring home. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a big difference. It's a huge difference. It's like $500 a week difference. And that's a lot of money because we made it and hurt really bad and not made it some weeks, very possibly. It would have hurt. And to change jobs and make $500 extra a week is really stabilizing. So, just thankful. We're trying to sell the motorcycle. I had a buyer. I had 2 buyers. And haven't actually sold it yet. So I'm trying to sell that because he owes me money again. We were gonna sell the motorcycle. I loaned him his half because when we sold it, we're gonna split it in half. And I loaned him his half, and then the buyer fell through. So he owes me his half. And then somebody said they were gonna get it, and now I can't get a hold of them. And I have another person who's thinking about it. Ow. Can you guys still hear me? I don't know why she said your speaker. Can you still hear me? Okay, good. So, that's about where I'm at now. Hey, Casey, how are you? How are you? I've not gotten my hair cut yet. I still have, as you can see, it goes to here. It goes to here, and it goes to here. I have not gotten it cut yet, so I would really like to straighten it out and make it all to here in the front. Still have no idea how all that breakage happened. On one side. It would make so much more sense if it was on both sides. One side of breakage just seems stupid to me. I don't even understand that. I used a new shampoo yesterday. I went underneath my sink and I have like 6 body washes and like 5 shampoos. My mother-in-law cleaned out her cabinet and I got a bunch of shampoos and body washes, and then Big Lots was going out of business, so I bought a bunch of shampoo and tried a new shampoo yesterday. That was nice. You're out of the concert. Yay, was it fun? Yeah, I see your posts all the time, Casey, and you always just seem so down in the dumps. Oh god, that just like cracked. I feel like the concert should have been longer. It was good? Good. I used that peel shot for your face. I used it on a couple other parts of my body. It works. It works. Some places it works better than others. And somebody had told me that they were getting it after my live. And I said, oh yeah, I just used it today on my legs and whatever. And she's like, oh, you can use it other places? Yup. I understand. My mom passed in 2018, and I'm still hit with it on occasion. It gets easier, but the part for me that sucks is like it gets easier, but then like out of nowhere, it'll hit you like a bus. That's what really sucks for me. 2.5 hours. I guess it's a good length concert. I haven't been to a concert since 2015. 10 years. I haven't been to a concert in 10 years. Last concert I went to was Marianas Trench in Detroit. It's a good concert. They played all their new material. I didn't know most of it. They hadn't dropped the album yet. So like part of it was their new music and part of it was their old music. So I kind of got to hear it ahead of time, which was nice. But I don't know. I'm kind of for it and kind of against it, because like you want to go to a concert so you can vibe to the stuff you know. And with this particular band, it's hard because they kind of change genres a little bit each album. So you can like an album and then not like another album. I've always liked all of their albums, except this last album. I probably didn't like a couple of songs, which is really bizarre. I usually like all of their music, but I actually didn't like a couple of the songs on this album. So I have so many candles just sitting around my room that I never use. I have 2 over there, 1 over there, and 15 of them over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a bucket of like 10. I have like 18 candles in my room, and I almost never burn candles. I buy them, I collect them, and then I don't use them. I use my wax burner, or my oil, or my Glade thing that doesn't barely work. You know, after I was telling you guys about the Glade thing not working, it worked really well after that, and then now it's not working again. It's like it knew that I called it out, and so it worked, and now it's just like not working again. It feels very nice and temperate in here. I like it. The bad part, I got one of those cooling blankets. I saw them on TikTok. I got it off of Amazon. I've posted a couple different candles. The bad part about this cooling blanket is there's a top and a bottom, obviously. And the bottom that you use for cooling it's pretty. It's pretty. You can't tell, but it's like a tie-dyed gray. Hold on. It's like a tie-dyed gray, which is pretty, but then this side, which is the side that's up, the warm side you can use later, it's pilling. It's pilling. Because I wash my stuff a lot, and you can see that it is pilling. Which is super frustrating, because I don't think you're supposed to wash it as much as I wash it. But I have dogs, so like hair and whatever, so I'm constantly washing my blankets and my bedding, and it's starting to pill, which I can't stand. Oh, the ones that burn around the sides? Yes, those are genius. I want to buy one, but they're probably super expensive. Those are cool. Like, what it is, it's a candle, and it burns around the side, and the wax drips into the middle. And then when you're done doing that, there's a wick that comes out of the middle. So the whole candle is like almost completely gone by the time it leaves, because it burns down this way, and then it burns down this way. And I can only imagine, because that's pretty genius, I can only imagine how expensive they are. They're probably super expensive. They got that thick wick in the middle. I'm still waiting for my ghost face duck. It's supposed to be here soon. I got a Billy the puppet duck. Little, like the ducks you get for your Jeep. I got one from Saw, the puppet. And I'm supposed to have one that's ghost face. It's supposed to be here, I don't know, like in the next week or something. It took like 3 weeks to get here. I will tell you that these ducks, the bad part about them is the shipping costs more than the duck. The Saw one was $5, shipping was $8, because it wasn't at my Five Below. They're at Five Below, it's just not my Five Below or anywhere near my Five Below, so I had to order it off the website, and it was $7.99 to ship a $5 duck. And then the Ghostface one was $6 or $6.99, and then shipping was $6.99. But whatever. They're cute, so. Oh, I'm getting hungry. I wasn't hungry, and it just hit me out of nowhere. Like, I'm hungry. What did I have to eat earlier? Oh, I had that when I got Sissy the fries. I got a cheeseburger, and then I gave her half my fries. So I actually haven't really eaten very much at all today. I had a cheeseburger and half a fry. No wonder I'm hungry. Whoops. I just realized that. I'll figure something out. The only place that's open. Oh, no, no, no. Wait. I had Taco Bell last night. The only place that's open right now is McDonald's and Taco Bell, I think. I think Wendy's is open for a little bit. I'm not a Wendy's fan. I don't eat at Wendy's very often. My husband loves it, but not a Wendy's fan. Burger King, I think, is open for another half an hour. But I'm fast fooded out, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of 90% of food. Just nothing sounds good anymore. I will tell you something that was really good, though. I went to Applebee's, and it's called Hot Honey Chicken Griller. Chicken Bacon Griller. Yes, they're the little miniature stuff. It's cute. But it's grilled chicken, bacon, grilled onions, mushrooms. I did not get the mushrooms. With the hot honey pepper drizzled over it, and then I got it with mashed potatoes instead of fries, and it's on a skillet. First of all, the skillet meals will burn your face off. Just completely. They're so hot. But that was so freaking good, and it was only like $14, which isn't bad for Applebee's. There's stuff that's way more expensive. But I was in the mood for grilled chicken, and it's really hard to find grilled chicken around here. Fried chicken, all day long. Grilled chicken is harder to find. Even when you go to like Sonny's, there's not a lot of grilled chicken options. And I really wanted grilled chicken. You can get it at Texas Roadhouse. I'll tell you the best grilled chicken I had was at Hard Rock Cafe. But they had it down there, and I was like, well, I'll give it a shot. And it was really, really good. I'm probably going to go down there and get it again soon. Yeah, McDonald's has the little miniatures right now, right? They're super cute. Good night, Audra. Yeah, everybody, even the places that are open, close at midnight. Like, I could go get cheese sticks real quick, but I'm not getting up and leaving. I always get paranoid leaving my house after dark anymore after I hit that damn deer. I went out to get dinner at like 9:30 and hit a freaking deer on the way back. There's so many deer from here to the main road. The main road. There's at least 5 different places in a 1.5-mile stretch where you can see deer. And it almost never fails from my road, which I live on the corner, ish. From my road to the main road, you'll almost always see deer. Between 1 and 5 of them. In a 1.5-mile stretch. And it just makes me so freaking paranoid after I put that hole in my bumper that I'm going to hit another damn deer. Hate driving around here. He got the car, and we're sitting there. He had the car like 2-3 days, and we're just sitting there chilling. He's like, I hit a deer, and I was like, what? He's like, yeah, it just bounced off my car. He must have grazed it or something, because you can't even see where it touched his car. He must have just thumped the leg of it or something. I don't know, but luckily, it didn't do anything to the car. Sissy, you are passed out. She's passed out in her bed with her head on a dress I have. I threw one of my dresses down there for her, so she's using it as the pillow. She likes to use it as a pillow. Well, I just realized I have that sauce stuffy right there. Should be up on my horror shelf. I don't know if it would fit up there. I guess I'll just stay hidden, I guess. Alright, guys. Well, you've listened to me blather on for long enough. So I think I'm going to go watch my TV and whatnot. So thanks for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. And I will see you later. Bye.